Maybe let's make, I don't know, what should we make? Maybe like a steak sauce, maybe Korean-inspired type thing, just to show what the live AI is like.
Yeah, let's try it. It's not something I've made before, so I could definitely use the help. Hey, Meta, start live AI.
It's not something he's made before, but he does conveniently have all of the ingredients that he will need in front of him. So at Meta's annual conference, Meta Connect, Mark Zuckerberg's keynote presentation, where he attempted to demo his live AI, went quickly off the rails. You could say that it never was on the rails to begin with. Let's see how it went.
Hey, can you help me make a Korean-inspired steak sauce for my steak sandwich here?
You can make a Korean-inspired steak sauce using soy sauce, sesame oil.
What do I do first? What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate a pear to add to the sauce.
What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate the pear and gently combine it with the base sauce.
All right, I think the Wi-Fi might be messed up. Sorry, back to you, Mark.
Whose Wi-Fi is messed up? He's still streaming. I don't get it. But wait, there's more. Here is Mark trying and failing to answer a video call with his smart glasses.
All right, so I think our call will be coming in any moment now.
Pause WhatsApp video call.
There we go. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what happened there. That's too bad. I don't know what happened. Maybe Buzz can try calling me again. All right. Well, I got a missed video call.
Okay, so behind the scenes, I put together this story for you guys, and I had to cut the video there because this goes on for an excruciating minute and a half, and just like the longest minute and a half ever. First of all, Steve Jobs would never, and also, I don't know if you guys watch that show, Silicon Valley. I watched it a few times. I love that show, but it's a very stressful show to get through. And it always, this reminds me of when they went to TechCrunch Disrupt and they were like, we have to do this live demo and everything's on the line. And if we fail, we'll be embarrassed and we'll never get our funding. And then they pull it out of the park and it's a miracle and they do it. But it's very, very touch and go for a minute. And this is just like that moment, but it never got better. We never got to celebrate the end product there. And it's just like, it's kind of a sad, sad story of how far we have fallen. Because I remember, in the around 2008-ish, 2010, 12, whenever the iPhone really became a thing. And I remember that keynote whenever Steve Jobs came out and he was like, here we have an iPod and here we have a camera and here we have a phone and all one, here's an iPhone, right? And it was just like this monumental moment that we all experienced as a culture. And however you feel about an iPhone these days, they're not my favorite, but at the time it was like revolutionary. Like we've never seen anything like it. So Mark Zuckerberg, who has like zero charisma, is trying to replicate that kind of a moment with this live AI demo. And it's not working because first of all, gross, like he is gross, right? And then also like no one is excited. Who is excited for this AI tech that they keep forcing on the American people? People are worried about their jobs, right? Whenever you hear AI, you're like, oh, it's coming from my job. That's what people think of. What do you think, Waz?
I think what folks have to understand about the AI conversation right now, like I know there's maximalists on both sides of like, there's people who think like, this is like doomsday, the machines are gonna kill us, they're gonna take all our jobs, it's gonna make life more horrible. And then there's people who are like, oh, this is gonna be a utopia, cure cancer, blah, 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 all of that stuff. What you need to understand, even on the sort of more pessimistic side, if you're selling an idea of a future with no labor costs to investors on Wall Street, like, the biggest AI evangelists are invested in promising the most outlandish AI outcomes. Like their personal wealth is connected to over promising on what AI is gonna do and actually achieve. Like, I think folks need to always remember that when Elon or Sam Altman or any of these other guys that are Zuckerberg, whoever they are, when they're talking about this, they are invested in Wall Street believing that they're going to change the world with this technology. I'm not so convinced myself. To be honest with you, I think all it's gonna be is the same thing as social, same thing as Google. It might be a slightly more efficient way to sell you ads. That's it. If I'm gonna give you an example, like let's just say I took, a screen capture of Yaz's picture, posted it on Instagram. One day, they're gonna get I'm gonna post the picture, and without my prompting, there's gonna be a tag for where I could buy that rug, where I could get the cloth that's on that table, where I could buy that mirror, where I could buy that mic. That's it. That's the freaking innovation. More ways to sell us widgets that we can't afford because salaries are stagnant and the climate is going to crap and all this other stuff. But that to my mind, to my eye, that's all we're headed towards. They're gonna get better at selling us ads, guys.
I am so over ads, like that to the point. I'm at the point where billboards are like very upsetting for me. I'm just like, God, I can't. Like, it's so ugly. You're making my town ugly. It's just, it sucks, And like, yeah, you need to buy things. You need to know what's out there, but like, we really are just like, it's out of control, And like, I took up knitting just so I'm not scrolling on my phone all the time. So I have something else to occupy my hands with, and at the end of it, I have not spent all of my money. Instead, maybe I'll get a sweater out of it. I don't know how to knit yet. So far, I'm not that good at it or fast at it, but hopefully we'll get there. But it's just like, I said it earlier in the show, like I am like self-admittedly a Luddite, in a lot of ways. Like I reject technology as much as I can because like obviously I work on the internet, like it's a part of life, right? Like I'm not trying to go live out in a field somewhere with some kind of weird community, but people are talking about getting like brain implants, smart glasses. Why? So I can just have ads popping up in front of my face all the time or like on my cornea. Like I don't know what the future is, but all of it always comes back to advertising, and I don't want it. I just want to opt out, and I don't know if that's an option, but I got my ad blockers up, and like it's just out of control. And I don't know if you guys have seen that show Upload. It was on Amazon Prime, and it was very strange because even on the show, they're talking. There's like ads everywhere in this like AI afterlife that is set in the future, but it was ironic because it's on Amazon Prime and I can't get the ads off of the show as I'm watching the show about how ads have taken over the future. And it's all very dystopian to me.
Well, you don't have the ad-free Amazon Prime video?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what I have. And like, I'm not giving them any more money.
Do the ads here.
Like, I'm not doing it. So like, I'll probably just cancel it. Like it's like also all the streaming platforms, and it's like, they're all terrible companies, like you're giving all your money to these terrible companies just so they can give you ads in return. And like whatever like good thing you get for it, for your money, it's just like, is it worth it? Like what am I actually paying for? And you know what? Maybe I'll just go knit a sweater instead. That's where I'm at.
I love it. Start a knitting crew in Houston.
I know.
Bring community, bring the ladies together, and the men.
Like I need a
maybe some
group.
Men might want to join too. I don't want to be gender specific, but yeah, start a knitting crew out there.
You know what? I just might. So
be the change you want to see in the world. Yes,
I could be that. That's another story, but yeah, maybe.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.